I grew up in the projects, federally subsidized housing in Brooklyn. I literally saw the fracturing of the American dream and hopelessness and despair and what it meant to live on the other side of the tracks and be that poor kid. I think those scars and vulnerability of the imprinting of those experiences stayed with me my whole life, even today.
And you grew up around a lot of ethnic diversity, too.
I did. I grew up, obviously, in the projects with a lot of different types of people, a lot of diversity, and we had to all get along, and we did. And I didn't see color as a young kid.
Was there a lot of cooking around? Did your mom do a lot of cooking? Was there a lot of cooking?
You should say that because you can smell food in the hallways, and people left their doors open. It was a different kind of environment back then, of sharing, of community, of kinship, and a large currency of trust, which I think we've lost a bit of.
Capturing that childhood feeling of community, he created Starbucks, the neighborhood gathering place America was missing.
I took my first trip to Italy in 1983 and was captivated by the Italian coffee bars throughout the city. And every time I went into one of those coffee bars, what I felt, in addition to the quality of the coffee, was a sense of community. And that pretty much did not exist in the US. And so the original idea was, could we create a third place in America between home and work? And could we recreate the coffee experience? Because in the early 80s, not only was Starbucks non-existent pretty much, but no one really knew what quality coffee tasted like.
Right.
So it was the experience, the quality of the coffee, and trying to create an environment where people really felt that they could come together in an environment that did not exist in the U.S. But did anyone, including myself, believe we'd have 27,000 stores in 75 countries, 2,800 alone in China? No, we did not.
People were really cocooning back then. Remember that? That was like
sure,
a term.
I remember that word.
It was, People were cocooning. They weren't going out to look for a space where they could be with other people in their neighborhood.
Yeah. One of the benefits is coffee is part of conversation. It's a very social beverage. Also, the theater, the romance of espresso and the way we brought coffee to life. And then something happened along the way that we didn't plan on, which was customization. We had no idea that people would start customizing their beverages. And we've now counted about 90,000 different beverages, concoctions, and customized beverages that people have annually at Starbucks.
I'm about to test Howard Schultz. Well, it's funny that you should mention that because there is a cult menu.
There is a secret menu.
There is a secret menu.
Yeah.
Do you know what these are?
Well, the red eye is a shot of espresso in brewed coffee.
Correct.
The black eye, no. Green eye, no. I don't know.
The black eye is 2 shots of espresso, and the green eye is 3 shots of espresso.
Yeah, well, if you're ordering three shots of espresso and brewed coffee,
I brought 1.
You need more than 1 eye.
Yeah.
And Howard Schultz does love his coffee.
I've been known to go behind the counter and make my own coffee at times.
What do they do when you do that?
They're fine with it.
Do you ever give yourself a tip in the tip jar?
No, I don't. No, but we always pay, and everyone pays at Starbucks.
Okay. Yeah, I read that because I read that Sheryl Sandberg, when she was on your board.
Yes?
Yeah.
She had to pay.
She had to pay for her own coffee.
Sheryl should pay double, actually.
Yeah, and she paid double.
Howard Schultz created that company, and now it's worth $6 billion and employs 238,000 people worldwide. You go home just like smelling like coffee?
I do. When I go home and shower, it basically brews coffee on my skin.
And in Princi, we're going to be in the alcohol business as well.
Oh, you're speaking my language now.
So we're going to bring Italian alcohol beverages and wine and beer and do all the kind of things. Right here, you're listening to something which I love. So we were in a train station in Geneva, and we were just walking by, and I said, that's the kind of thing we should be putting in a roastery.
Oh, that's great.
So every time we roast coffee, we're telling our customers, sense of innovation, reinvention, and also the recognition that there's a seismic change going on in brick and mortar retail today where you must create an unbelievable, stunning experience. Well, this is it.
You want to go up and look at Princi?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look.
This is a man that truly understands what it means to be in his shop every day, working with the product, working with his people, and ensuring the same quality he had when he started when he was a young boy.
80% fruit and 20% sugar. It is a gem prepared only for Princi Starbucks.
Tell me more about why Rocco, why Princi, what are you doing for lunch? I mean, Starbucks getting into the lunch business is a big story.
Yeah. When I walked into the bakery in Milan and met Rocco for the first time, I knew that I was walking into something extraordinary. We've all been in bakeries, we've all had good food. Seeing him, his attention to detail, his passion, the quality, the integrity, and every item just unto its own was just so good. The coffee, the theater and romance of all the baked goods, and the symphony of flavor. It's a dream come true. Cheers.
Chetani.
Very nice.
The first known mention of pumpkin spice is in a 1936 issue of the Washington Post.
Now that I did not know.
There you go. So if we got a nickel for every time pumpkin spice latte were sold, believe me, there's no lawsuit here. I'm just mentioning it.